Porsche and Volkswagen have since moved on to second generation designs, broken would be a strong word for the Q7 anyway, as good fundamentals plus numerous updates over the years have kept it in the hunt among 7-passenger luxury crossover SUVs. So let's go ahead and check out the 2015 Audi Q7. Now the S-Line we have here essentially adds 20-inch wheels, as you see right here, and then it also adds special exterior styling details, a blind spot warning system, ventilated front seats, and then it also includes 4-zone automatic climate control. Now our Q7 we have here is the one equipped with the 3-liter supercharged V6. Now here's the key fob design for the vehicle. It is a switchblade key, and it does have smart key access as well, and push button ignition too. But as you can see, the design of it is kind of getting old. You do have your lock to release your tailgate, your unlock, and then your panic button on the side right here. Now it is a glacier white metallic exterior with smart key access on all 4 doors. With a black leather interior. Your power driver seat controls, of course, power recline, and 4-way power lumbar. Now, stepping on into the interior of the Q7, it has a slightly raised Now, as you can see, the interior of the Q7 is pretty high-tech, but it is getting slightly dated and long in the tooth. Like I said, this dates back all the way to 2007, so it is getting a little long in the tooth. But the step-in height for the vehicle is okay. It's not the greatest, but it is okay. Now, you have 2 ways to start the vehicle. You can actually twist the key and put your foot on the brake, or you can push the button to start it. I'm going to twist the key. And what you're hearing is that 3-liter supercharged V6, like I said. Full leather-wrapped steering wheel, of course. And you do have servotronic vehicle speed-sensitive powered steering. Now, coming to your transmission, you do have an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic with manual shiftability via the paddle shifters or on the gear shifter. And then putting the vehicle into reverse, of course, displays your rear view camera. And then you can also change different settings of the rear view camera. And then you also do have front cameras as well. And you have corner views too. And then you also do have rear parking sensors as well. And let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. All windows are fully automatic in the Q7, of course. And let's go ahead and pop the hood and check out the engine bay. Full heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signals integrated onto the mirrors. Supercharged logo. By xenon headlights with LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and halogen fog lights. Very prominent front grille, very bold too. It's very mean and aggressive and in your face. Now, like I said, under the hood you will find a 3-liter supercharged V6 producing 333 horses with 325 pound-feet of torque, with EPA numbers being 16 in the city and 22 on the highway. Now the powertrain that's mainly available is the 3-liter turbo diesel V6 if you want the most fuel economy out of the Q7. However, the gasoline powertrains provide pretty lackluster fuel economy numbers compared to the competition. However, the TDI diesel engine is very strong and fuel efficient. I would recommend going with that powertrain instead of this 3-liter supercharged V6. Now, competitors of the Q7 range from the Acura MDX, BMW X5, Mercedes-Benz GL, Now, pricing of the Q7 starts at around $47,700. and can go all the way to $67,000 like how we have here. Coming to the rear, you have full LED tail lamps with LED turn signals and dual exhaust tips as well. And of course it has all-wheel drive with Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. Rear window wiper with the rear window defroster, of course. Little rear spoiler at the top, and then a shark fin antenna. I really love the rear end of the Q7 a lot. The power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, of course. Memory seat settings for 2 people. Soft to the touch armrest, very great build quality. Soft to the touch on the mid door panel and on the upper door panel as well. Now let's go ahead and hear how that 3-liter supercharged V6 sounds. Very nice, pretty good sounding. Now as far as build and materials quality go, in the Q7, it's an Audi. Build quality is superb and exquisite, and you won't find many gaps inside of this car in the panels or anything like that. Now as far as materials go, I noticed that there is a little bit of cost cutting here, and they're not really modern in its like the plastics or anything like that. Don't expect to find anything like leather stitching on the dash. That is a very common trend nowadays in cars. And like I said, this interior design is just getting a little dated when it comes to the overall panache of it. And like the plastics, they have a really great graining to it. It's just that they're hard. And in a lot of the cars nowadays, this would be very soft to the touch. But that's just a minor complaint for me. Now coming up here, you have your auto-dimming rearview mirror with the integrated compass, your sunglass container, interior illumination lighting, and you also do have a panoramic sunroof. Definitely gives the cabin a way more airy feel. And you also do have garage home link as well. Now as far as visibility goes in this car, it's not that great compared to some other luxury crossovers, but it does have a sloping roofline, especially way in the back, and it's pretty hard to see out, to be honest. There's not a whole lot of glass area, but at least the mirrors do show quite a lot, and they are pretty big. Now, as far as driving impressions go of the Q7 has a very fun to drive nature that is absent in other luxury crossovers like the Mercedes-Benz GL and the Acura MDX. And that's where the Q7 really shines, and it's very fun to drive nature. Coming to the steering wheel design, I love this steering wheel design. And right here is going to control your center screen right there for your information. And then right over here is to control all of your whole multimedia interface, Audi's MMI interface. Now coming to the center stack here, pretty standard stuff here. Your optical disc drive is right here, your traction control off button. And then you also do have dual zone automatic climate control. And then you have your temperatures right here. And then if you want to go to the fan speeds, you just click on that right there, and then you can change the fan speeds. And then it also displays right here on the Audi's MMI interface. You also do have heated seats as well, and cooled seats too. Your front window defroster button is right here. However, the gear shifter can get in the way sometimes when you're trying to reach some of these controls. I noticed that was a pretty huge con for me in the ergonomics. And then you do have a 12-volt power outlet right here. And then coming to all of these controls right here, besides the push-button ignition, these are all your controls for the Audi's MMI interface. It's not a touchscreen. You know how Germans don't like to use touchscreens. Then you have your cup holder right there. Little storage cubby right there. and then another cup holder right there. And then coming to the rest of the controls, these controls, besides your push button ignition, is all controlled for your Audi's MMI interface. You know how Germans don't like to use touchscreens. And then you have a cup holder right here, cup holder right here as well. And then your center console, which is pretty small, to be honest. But they do give you an extra storage cubby right there. And the center console is very nice, soft to the touch, and stitched. Now, seating comfort in this car is superb. I have the nice right amount of side bolstering. The cushion to them is also superb as well. And thigh support is also pretty good too. I can't complain about seating comfort in this car. I found a very comfortable driving position in this car. And the steering wheel does tilt and telescope. And it is powered as well to make your driving position even more comfortable. Now, coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster, I like these gauges and the instruments a lot. And like I said, the center screen right here is all controlled by these set of buttons right here. And basically, you could change your radio station from here, your digital speedometer, and your fuel range as well, exterior temperature readout. And then if you have a phone connected, you can also change to AM, FM, and Sirius satellite radio. You do have your presets that you could change right here as well. Now, I love the gauges in this car, typical Audi stuff here. And then you do have your trip odometer right there, and then your digital clock as well as what date it is. Now, coming to these set of buttons over here, you have your check for your warning lights or any warnings, and that displays right there. And then you have your parking sensors button too. Now let's get to Audi's MMI interface here. This is basically their downgraded version here. This is not like the systems they use in the A8 or even the new A3 as well. And this is just their old system. And don't expect to find like their new technology like where you can write on the touchpad with your finger or anything like that. Basically, it's separated into 4 main corners here. And then you do have your radio. Your different media sources include Bluetooth streaming audio and auxiliary input, as well as your optical disc drive. And then coming to the car, you have your different air suspension settings like automatic, dynamic, comfort, off-road, and lift. And it'll let you know if it's raising it up. And to switch between the different modes, just twist the dial like I'm doing right now. Now, coming to their nav system, you have live traffic, live weather as well. Pretty basic stuff here. And the rendering of it is okay. However, the screen is a little on the small side. I would like to see it be a little bit bigger. And then, like I said, with the 4 main corners, if you want to go to something like settings right here, you're going to have to click right here. You can change the map display, the map type, and what map content displays on the map. And then you also do have a back button as well. Enter your destination, points of interest, online destinations, favorites, directory, and your address book. It's a very simple system, very easy to use. Let's go ahead and test out their voice recognition. Enter address.
Please say the house number, street, city, and state.
2024 Main Street, Los Angeles, California.
The list is being loaded.
Come on. Kind of takes a little bit.
Please say the entry with a line number.
1.
Los Angeles, Main Street, is not unique. Please say the entry with a line number.
1.
Main Street, Los Angeles, California, has been accepted. Would you like to start route guidance?
No.
End.
So it takes a little bit of time, but for the most part it works very well. Coming to your telephone, you can click on search for new cell phone. And it's trying to find the Bluetooth devices. And then coming to the rest of your menu here, you can access like all of these categories right here from right there. You have your car info, your navigation, of course, media, your radio. Then let's go to the tone. Change your bass, treble, your balance and fader, of course. But once you get used to the system, it's very easy to use, and you probably don't want to go to any other different system. But like I said, everything is pretty much going to be controlled by this dial here. Now you can also turn it on valet mode, and then you can also turn the screen off, and then here's your glove box button. Now coming over here, you have your blind spot monitoring right there, which will display right there, and then power folding exterior mirrors as well. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the Q7. Let's go ahead and check out the rear seat passenger space as well as the trunk capacity. Let's go ahead and pop the tailgate. Now coming to the cargo capacity, it is pretty subpar compared to the rest of the competition like the Mercedes-Benz GL. However, the passenger space inside of the vehicle is not too shabby compared to the cargo capacity. Materials and build quality do follow through in the rear, of course. Rear sunshade back here. And the second row seats do recline as well, which is a very important factor for families if the rear seats recline. Now sitting back here, I have the driver's seat all the way back, and that's actually where my driving position would be, and I'm about 5'11", but I still have enough legroom back here. In some other luxury crossovers, you can't really say that if you put the seat all the way back, that you'll still have a generous amount of legroom. Now coming back here, you have two 12-volt power outlets, heated rear seats, and automatic climate control back here. And like I said, you do have that panoramic sunroof, which extends all the way to the third row. Interior illumination lighting. And then, of course, a rear center armrest with cup holders. As far as the seats go themselves, they're actually very comfortable, very supportive as well. You'll also find dual mat pockets back here too. However, one complaint I do have is that the tonneau back here is actually pretty big, has a pretty big hump back here, which can be a very important factor for families. Alright. Full powered passenger seat with power recline and 4-way power lumbar. The glove box compartment is pretty small, but it is very high quality, lined with felt, and very damp. So the aging 2015 Audi Q7 remains a stylish and competent 7-passenger luxury crossover, but its newer rivals are generally more appealing. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.